Now 2:30, time for Dhamma teaching. From 2:30 to 3:30. From my survey, we have in all 28 persons now on the list. And this part is the most important thing from your practice, your mindfulness. You have to ask yourself why you have to practice your mindfulness for. You practice your mindfulness because you want to know your mind. You want to know the nature of mind. You want to know how to control your mind. You want to know how to calm your mind down. And then after that, how you can use your mind for living. So, Dhamma teaching is the most important thing. After you can calm your mind, you can use your mind to see the truth of life and truth of nature. Yesterday, I mentioned about the meaning of Dhamma in 4 aspects. 1, Dhamma is nature. 2, Dhamma is law of nature. 3, Dhamma is duty to the law of nature. And 4, the benefit or the fruitful or the result or the reward after you do your duty from 3 aspects of Dhamma. Today, I am going to talk about Dhamma again. I would like to ask why we have to talk Dhamma. Why Dhamma? Dhamma for what? Why we don't talk some other things? Why we have to talk about Dhamma? We have to talk about Dhamma because Dhamma means life. Dhamma is life. And life has problems. So we have to talk about Dhamma because Dhamma can solve the problem of life. So today I am coming up with Dhamma is life, Dhamma is law of nature, Dhamma is duty to the law of nature. So I will put together life have to do the duty to the law of nature. If you don't do the duty to the law of nature, you will have problems. I'll say again, Dhamma is life, Dhamma is law of nature, Dhamma is duty to the law of nature. And then life have to do the duty to the law of nature. Because Dhamma is life and life is Dhamma. So Dhamma is duty. So that duty to the law of nature. What is the law of nature? Nature, no egoism, no self, no real self. Only self that we see from our flesh eyes. But our wisdom eyes, we have seen there's no real self. Only illusion is happening and moving all the time. Our flesh eye cannot see, but we can see from our wisdom eyes. See that? When we see that, and then our duty, we have to free from attachment. We have to free from grasping. We have to free from cling. If you cling, it's bite. If you cling, that means you will get the punishment because you don't do the right duty. So you have to do the right duty to the law of nature. And then I will explain more about the right and the wrong. What is right, what is wrong. That's very important. When you study more, you learn more in university, from bachelor degree, master degree, PhD. Maybe you have more complicated about what is right, what is wrong. Why? Because so many views, so many beliefs. When you go to study philosophy, each school of philosophy will believe in different ways. See that? If the school of happiness, they will say everything when you do and can bring about happiness, that's right. See that? They can give the definition in that way. If you go to Plato, you know Plato. Who is Plato? Plato is the student of Socrates. Socrates is the teacher of Plato. And Plato believed about the world of mind. The world of mind. So everything in the world of mind. Without the world of mind, nothing in the world. That's Plato. And again, Aristotle. Who is Aristotle? Aristotle is the student of Plato. But he built new school. He teach in different way of Plato. Aristotle believed that the world of materials. Without materials, nothing in the world. So, nobody wrong, everybody right, but they look at the truth in different dimensions. You see that? Different dimensions. Like 10 blind men and elephant. So, now, I will not talk about philosophy. Because philosophy and science, that's different. Philosophy just only thinking. If you put your think or your thoughts to practice, they will not call philosophy anymore. Did you hear about the story of philosopher? Philosopher, that's a man who deals with philosophy. See that? Philosopher. Philosopher normally is a very old person. That means he has been through a lot of experiences, a lot of knowledge, and then they will come to talk, to discuss. Now, one day, two philosophers talking, they discuss how many teeth of a horse. How many teeth of a horse? And then one philosopher said, oh, the mouth of the dog is a half of a horse. So, a mouth of a dog, a half of a horse. But we know a mouth of a dog consists of 12 teeth. So, the mouth of the horse, that's double. So, you multiply with 2. And then the horse supposed to have 24 teeth. You see that? And the young boy came to that discussion. And the boy said, why you are talking about it? You just go to the horse and open the mouth and you count it. And two old philosophers said, boy, you don't know about philosophy. That's the end of the story. Can you get me? So, philosophy, this means you only think from your information that you have, and you think forehead, you think forecast in the future. But if you bring to practice, that's not no more philosophy. You see that? If you count the teeth in the mouth of the horse, it's become the mathematics. You see that? Not philosophy anymore. Mathematics, you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's mathematics. So, the people will think philosophy is the mother of science. Mother of science. That means all science will come from philosophy, from thinking first. And then when they bring to practice, that's no more philosophy. That is science. Can you get the difference? That's the story of philosopher. But Buddhism, not philosophy. Buddhism is a science that you can prove from your chanting. You remember? Lord Buddha said, you can come and you can see, you can prove. See that. Prove when? Where? Here and now. You prove. Prove what? Prove yourself. When you feel bad, you hurt yourself immediately. You see that? You observe. When you think something good, that good thing happen in you. So you are thinking in you. You are feeling in you. You observe. So if you think good, you get the good things. You think right, you get the right things. So rightness, or the righty one that we chant in the morning and in the evening, remember? The rightest. The right one, the right, that means no harm to anybody, not dangerous to anyone. That's the right. This very simple definition. When you think bad, that's right or wrong? Bad thinking, bad feeling. Right or wrong? Wrong, because it's hurt whom? Hurt yourself. You see that? That's wrong. So there's no dangerous for you and for all of the people, for animals, for environment, everything. See that? That's the right meaning. So the right from the human, that's who still have instincts, and the right from nature, sometimes different. So we have to go back to the right of nature. That nature says, no self, no, not real self. You have self, but not real self. No egoism, but that's only my body. And this natural phenomena is happen. You have to do your duty each moment. If you cling, if you grasp, if you attach, you get suffer. If you no cling, no grasp, you just do your duty. So it's come up with you do your duty for duty's sake. I say again, you do your duty for duty's sake. That means no need to what? To ask for, to cry for after you do your duty. When you do your duty, that's all. Okay, I will show you when you take the air in, breathing in and breathing out. That's your duty. If you said, oh, I take the breathing in and the breathing out for a long, long time, I cannot get any reward. Reward, you see that? So, I'm lazy now, I want to stop. You want to do that? You see that? Why? You see, you do your duty but never request for the reward at all. You just do duty for duty. When you breathing in, breathing out, and continuously, that means your life is living. If you stop, your life stops. So, do your duty for duty's sake, and then the things will run smoothly. Can you get that? So, life have to do the duty to follow the law of nature, the right duty. The right duties mean all, every activity, from your head to your toe. every moment you have to living with the right. So when you say the right one, that means you are the right one. Not Lord Buddha in India. The right one, the blessed one, that's you. Can you get that? You have to do for yourself. So you are the real Buddha. Can you say that? The right one. So I will come back to your body. Your body, how many positions? 4. 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. What is position of one position? First position. Pardon? Standing. Okay. 2. Pardon? Lying. 3. Sitting. 4. You see, but it's simple. But we never think about it. Walking. Okay. If you see standing, lying, sitting, and walking, this is not academic. Academic, that means you have to explain things in series as the natural phenomena. So you have to rearrange to be the academic way. How? How to arrange? Which position comes first? Lying, see, lying first, and then sitting, standing, walking. You see, that's academic. So, even the people, all people in the world, they can say the truth, but they don't arrange in the line of the law of nature. If they arrange in the line, the law of nature, and that we call that academic. Yes?
I have a question. Why walking is a position, not action? Because we walk while standing, so it's basically a standing position also. But it's also an action. And if we count actions, there are more other actions like climbing or crawling. So why do we add walking to the position?
Can you understand that? Can you answer that question?
What?
Can you answer that question?
No, I can't. That's why.
Okay. Can you answer that?
Right, but it would be more logical to have
Moving.
instead of walking. Because that takes
right.
different.
You see this 4 position. When you change position, this means you relax. You relax. That means you relax. If you sit for long time, what happens? You get tired. You walk for long time, you get tired. Someone say, oh, sleeping is the best. I would like to sleep. If you don't believe me, you go to the hospital and you sleep in bed 7 days. What happens? What happened? You sleep in bed. Your choice will fix, cannot move. You see that? So moving, that's relax for your body. So body have to move. If don't move, your body have problem. When your body move and make more power, more energy, you see your muscle will grow. See that? So your body have to move. But your mind, opposite with your body. What is your mind? Your mind needs to be calm. You see, if your mind really sensitive, you just swing around all the time, what happened to your mind? You will get weak mind. See that? You will have problem with your mind. That's opposite. Body and mind. See that? So, walking is one position that is kind of moving. Lying, sitting, standing, and walking. So walking you can change to jogging, to running. That's in the same line of walking. That you move from place to place. You see. So all positions I would like to emphasize, we have to know how to follow the law of nature, the right duty. Which position of sitting, that's the right. Now you are sitting. Are you sitting the right position? You see that? So we have to train ourselves to follow the law of nature. If you sit at the beginning, when you stretch up like this, you feel very tired because you stretch up. But you have to train yourself. You don't stress when you stretch up your spine. Your spine straight up like this, and you have to stretch up with your energy, not your feeling. If you stretch up with your feeling like this, and then you feel stressed and you feel tired. See that? So you have to practice. If you stretch up like this, in India, yogi, yogi or the people who make the practice in the jungle in India, they do meditation for 1 month. They're sitting like this, never move 1 month. You know that? Not only 1 hour, 1 month. No food, no water. They take only breathing. Because in breathing it has what? It has water also. No sleeping. Because they sleep in their meditation. When you get the right meditation, then you can sleep in there. That means that's really peaceful mind. You really the highest rest of life. See that? But we practice here, we don't want to do that. We do only 1 hour, that's enough. If our goal is to calm our mind, to control our mind, and to use our mind to see the truth of life and truth of nature only. See that? That's the whole goal, not the purpose like yogi in India. So, you have to know what is right, what is wrong, and then we have to follow the right duty, do the right duty. Number 1, body, 4 position, you have to practice, you have to train yourself, you have to force yourself to do the right position. If you don't do the right position, you will have problem. Even sitting, you have problem. You believe me? Maybe you sit like this, you can sit about 5 minutes and then you get pain. See that? You observe. You will see from yourself. But you sit like this and you take the breathing in deeply, and then that the oxygen can help to to serve your nervous system also. You observe that and you will see by yourself. So your body have to move and move at the right. The right, that means not dangerous to you and not dangerous to anyone. So this knowledge will come from research. This knowledge will come from study of human, and human will record it. And human, they have cumulative knowledge. You know that? Cumulative knowledge, that means from generation to generation. And then they will create more, they will know more and more. Like you can come here because of Mr. Otto. You know Otto? Who is Otto? Otto is German guy. That he want to fly. When he look at the sky, you see the bird is flying in the sky. So he said, "Oh man, have to fly like the bird in the sky." So he make the wing and he jumped from the mountain downhill, he passed away. That's the first one of flying. See that? After that, they create more, they study more, they learn more, until we have the rice family, the rice in USA. They build the airplane to double wings in USA from rice, and then they create more from rice to some other people until they will create jets, jet and jumbo jet, and now they have Concorde, Concorde. Concorde. That's the plane, a jet plane that can fly faster than the sound. The sound is fast, when we talk. But the Concorde is faster than the sound. But even the fastest thing that the human can create, but you can do that faster than your mind. Your mind is the fastest. When you sit on the Concorde, you want to reach Tokyo. When you sit on the Concorde, your mind reached Tokyo already. But the Concorde only started, you see that. So the mind is the fastest. Can you get me? So, we have to do the right things with your body, your mind. So, for position, you have to practice for your body. And for food, you have to know what is the right for food. So, for your body, it has so many things about food, about shelter, about clothing, what else? Medicine, water, air, what else? What else for your body? They don't put sleep in there. That means if no stress, no relax. What else? Pardon? Water, air. Pardon? What else? Pardon? What? For? What
Fire. She said fire.
Huh?
Fire.
Fire? Fire?
Yes.
That's not the real needs of life. The fire, there's only human that can know how to use fire.
Meant the elements.
Pardon?
Meant the elements. Hot water, fire.
Toilet, you need.
Love.
Pardon?
Love.
Okay, love.
Right, wrong touch.
Pardon?
A loving caress and touching.
Touching?
Contact.
Contact. Really?
Yeah, touching, caressing your child, kicking it.
Oh, so many things. So many stories. Your personal health. You have to do your personal health and your your society health, the health of society. And now we have problem because of human create more pollution. Human create more pollution. So I will tell you, because of industrial. Industrial from where? From the defilement of human. You know defilement? Defilement, that means your desire. You want to have it. If you go back to the industrial revolution in 18th century. You know, who created the weaving machine? The weaving machine to make the clothes. Who is he? James Hargreaves. In England, James Hargreaves created the weaving machine. Before that, we used overhand for weaving, and then James Hargreaves created weaving machine. After James Hargreaves, and then you know James Watt. James Watt. That who created what? Huh? The steam engine. The steam engine. You know that we have what? The train from James Howard. Did you hear about him? And then the people will put what? From James Howard machine, the steam engine, to use to what? To pull the weaving machine, and then the England can make a lot of clothes, but they don't have enough raw materials. So what happened to England? They have to find the land to get more materials, and then when they produce, they have a lot of products. What they are going to do? They have to look for the land for selling. So why? In that day, especially in the period of Victoria, that we call England, the sun never set, because they have so many commonwealth. Did you hear about that? From where? From the lust, L-U-S-T, from the lust of the man, from the desire of the man. See that? And what happened now? What happened now? The air have problem, water have problem, and temperature have problem. Did you hear about global warming? From where? From what? From industrial life. You know that? This is only little example. If man is nature, and man live really simple life, you know, and the world is not going like this. We have so many problems now. So, did you hear about Bhutan? Bhutan? Huh? You didn't hear about Bhutan? Bhutan, that's the country. Huh? Pardon? Did you hear about it? Bhutan. If you want to go to Bhutan, they limit the tourists to get in their country because they want to keep their environment. They don't care about GDP. You know GDP? They care about GHP. What's that? What is GDP? Gross domestic product. You see? How about GHP?
The level of happiness.
Pardon?
The level of happiness.
Gross of happiness product. Gross of happiness product. That means you will see the happiness of the people in the country. That means happiness because of they have fresh air, they have good water. You see that? You have pollution. Did you hear about what happened in London after they have what full industrial life in London? Thames River polluted. You go back and you study that. They spend a lot of money to clean Thames River, and they spend a lot of money to clean London. So many people in London die because of polluted from the chimney of the factories. You see that? And now the people try to utilize or to use a lot of materials. Do you know one American, they use energy equal 500 Indians per day. Per day. If one American, they can live one day, they spend amount of the energy, that amount of energy can serve 500 Indians. You see that? That's the way of development. Because they emphasize on GDP, not GHP. So if you need GHP, you have to live simple life. Simple life. I will ask you, you have made something wrong also. How many clothes that you have now? Clothing. With you and in your country also. You see that? And how much clothes that your body needs. I show you here. This the monk, we have only 3 pieces. This I have all like this. That's enough. This piece, this spare one. If I want to wash this one, I will use this one. If the weather is very cold, I will spread this one and put together to protect the weather. See that? Only 3 pieces. 1, 2, 3 inside. Like the skirt inside. That's all. And when I want to come here, nothing to carry the big luggage like you. You see that? Very simple. I came here with a bowl. You know, 1 bowl. That's enough. Who came along with me this morning? Gentlemen? You are the one who came along with me this morning, right?
With what? Did you go with me to...
No. The back.
Excuse me?
Oh, you didn't hear me?
You went this morning, we didn't walk at all.
Yeah. So what was the question?
You came along with me this morning.
Yes.
Did you see? That's very simple life. The people, they pay respect to the people who live simply. Very simple. Because you use very little natural resources, not very much. And if you have a lot of clothes, you have a lot of shirts, you have problem. You have to plan which one that you want to use. But for me, no plan. See that? I have to use this one because I have only one. You see that? Maya? So, Lord Buddha mentioned about you live with the simple life. Simple life, you can bring about the simple happiness. Really simple. If you make complicated and you will take very complicated happiness, not very simple. You know, one American, they have to spend a lot of energy per day until they can run their life. You see, one American equals 500 Indians. So that I ask the world, do you want to develop the world? That you want to develop Indian people to have a chance to use energy equal American. And what happened? What happened to the natural resources? Gandhi, you know Gandhi? Gandhi said, natural resources, we have enough for everybody, but not enough for only one man who has desire. Only one. Not enough for him. Can you get that sentence? These natural resources in the world, we have enough for all humans, but not enough for one man who has desire. Isn't that right? See that? Not enough. And when you want to have more, that means you are not rich. The day that you feel that you are enough, you have enough, that you are the rich person. You have enough, that's rich person. If you don't have enough, that means you are not rich, because you still want to have more. So, we divided the poor in the world into types. The first type, you don't have enough because you have very little, not enough to survive. You see that? That you don't have enough clothes to protect your cold, or to protect the weather. You don't have enough food to eat. So sometimes you have to stop eating for 3 days, 4 days, because you don't have enough. That means you are poor because you don't have enough. That's the first group. You see? And the second one, you have plenty, but you never enough. If not enough, that means you are the poor. That's the second type of the poor. Did you get me? So I would like to ask you, which type that's the majority of the world? The majority, that means the main group. The first group or the second group? Second group. And
No food.
pardon?
No food.
Pardon?
No food. No food, no something.
Mm-hmm. That's the first group. The first group. That's not enough. But for the second group, that they have plenty but not enough. And where are you? You are the first group or the second group? You are the first group or the second group? First, you don't have enough.
No.
Oh. Second. So you have to shift out from both groups. No more poor. When you have enough, that means you are rich. You are not poor anymore. But if you still need, you still want more, you have desire, you have lust, you want to have more, you're still poor. You see that? So when you are here, you are all rich person because you have enough. When will you have enough? When? Now. Good. That's the correct answer. You see that? We have enough, and then you just can manage. See that? Okay. That's the natural resources because of the human use that they don't use the right by the law of nature. So nature cannot create enough for destroying of human. See that? Then I will come up to, from your body, you have to do, that's all what natural resources that to serve you. You have to do your duty right. Even food, you have to take the right food. Even I talk about food, maybe we have to talk about 3 days about food. We have a lot of problem with food now. You know? Problem with food? Why? Why we have problem? Food. Pollution and poison in food, because of the lust, because of desire, when you grow some plants like soybean or string bean, string bean that's very long like this. When you grow string bean, you have to use what? Insecticides a lot. And insecticides, that means you kill what? You kill the insects. And how about the human? And now that humans have a lot of diseases, so many kinds of disease that come from environment, come from food. I talked to one physician, and he said about 100% or 90% that you have diseases or you got sick because of food. Only food. You know that? So when I talk about the right things about food, you have to learn more about the knowledge. What you have to right knowledge, and then you have to follow that right knowledge. You have to do your life, you run your life with the right knowledge. You see that? That I mentioned this morning about sugar, only one little example. I think all of you have done wrong with sugar. Right? Did you hear about what? What the oil, cooking oil, that in America, that is made of what? Soy? Soybean? Pardon? From where? From palm? No. Palm, it's a kind of cooking oil also. But in America, they use what? Like a kind of bean.
Corn or sunflower.
Pardon?
Corn or sunflower.
Corn also? Corn, sunflowers, and some, I don't know, it's kind of bean. The oil is from the bean. And in those days in Thailand, we use coconut oil for cooking. Then when Americans came to Thailand, they said, oh, coconut oil is very dangerous. So our society stopped using cooking coconut oil, back to use that oil that's import from USA. That's the world of economics, the world of commercial, So you don't believe the research. The researcher who serve the company, they will research for the company. You see that? Like the researcher who serve the beer company, they will say, oh, a bottle of beer per day is good for your health. Did you hear about that? And the researcher for coffee, they say, oh, 2 cups of coffee per day is good for your health. You see that? See that? So that's a researcher. So you don't believe them. You listen to them, you can read them, you can hear them, but you don't believe. So here, Lord Buddha said, you don't believe anyone, even his teaching, don't believe him. You have to listen, and then you observe, you realize, and then you practice, and you see by yourself. That's he warned. His warning. Don't believe even his teaching. See that? So, in the world, if we don't understand this, we will living like a bat. You know bat? B-A-I-T, a bait. If you take a bait and then the hook will hook you. You get that? So the wiser or the people who have more wise or more intellect, and then they will use their wisdom to take the advantage from the less wise. Can you get me? That means the wise or the clever person will take advantage from the people who have less wisdom. Can you get that? So, I will warn you, do not use your clever or your wisdom to get advantage from the people who has less knowledge than you. See that? You have to be kind, you have to be love to that person. You have to find a way how to help the people who is weaker than you. See that? This is the way of human society. Okay, now, so when I talk about the right duty in nature, right duty to your body, right duty to your mind. You see? So I will stop for your body here, and then I will come back. The right to do for your mind. For your mind. Your mind. Normally, you will think that if it's positive, that's right. If negative, that's wrong. See that? Positive feeling, a negative feeling. So I will ask you something, the same thing, but this person feeling positive, but the other person feeling negative. Cannot be. You see, that can different. That's the feeling. So you don't believe your feeling, you believe your right wisdom. That's for your mind. So the right for your mind, you have to use the right wisdom. The right wisdom will not believe your nervous system. You have problem because you believe your nervous system. When your tongue tastes the food, oh, very delicious. When delicious, you think you will like it. When you like it, you take a lot. When your tongue tastes, oh, not delicious, you don't like it, you don't want to take it. If you believe your nervous system, you have problem. Do you know something very delicious but very dangerous? Can you show the example? Very delicious but very dangerous. And something not delicious but very useful. You see that? So don't believe your nervous system. Your nervous system just only testing at the beginning, and then your mindfulness step in and bring about your right wisdom to contemplate, and then you do your right thing. See that? Can you show the example? What is very delicious but very dangerous?
Beer.
Okay, so many things. You can put the list. Very delicious. And delicious because from your nervous system. Maybe at the beginning, your nervous system tasting like beer. I think the first time that you drink beer, not very delicious. Because the beer, they will put some hops in there. That's very bitter. Bitter. It's bitter. Bitter taste. You know? It's a hop. H-O-B. Hop. That's bitter. But when you taste it many times and then your tongue change, you will like it. Something like this, you see, that's the human. So you don't believe your nervous system. You have to believe your right wisdom, which is useful for your body. So, if you have very poor mind, very weak mind, and then your body will have problem. Poor mind, that means you lack of mindfulness, you lack of right wisdom. So, your mind, only one thing, you have to believe your right wisdom. Your right wisdom that you can believe because you have your mindfulness. If without mindfulness, when you get contact, you know contact, C-O-N-T-A-C-T, contact. That means your tongue touch with the taste, your ear touch with the sound, your eyes touch with the sight. You see that? Your body is touch with what? The object. You see? Touching. And your mind with the mind object. That's contact. When you have contact, and then contact can come in two ways. The first one, contact with ignorance. Number two, contact with right wisdom. And the right wisdom can come because of you have mindfulness. Without mindfulness, your ignorance will step in. Why ignorance step in? Because our habits. When your ignorance step in, that means your egoism will come. That's the habit that we have built from your birth up to now. Not so easy to change. So if you practice your mindfulness, and your mindfulness step in first, and then your right wisdom will come. So, from this point, I would like to emphasize about the egoism. If you want to clear your egoism, even you walk, you just walking without walker. Do you know what I mean? You are walking without walker. That means only my body walking. But if you have walker, that means you have ego. You have two feelings. You like it or you dislike it. If you like it, you will walk more. If you don't like it, you get bored. But you have to walk. And you walk with boring. You see that you stay in hell at that time. You know that? Because you have walker. If without walker, no hell, no heaven. That you are free from the hell and the heaven. You get me? Did you observe yourself when you walk? When you walking meditation, did you observe? Sometimes you walk and you feel get bored. You don't want to walk. Why? That's the walker. Without walker, that thing will not come. So walking without walker, tell yourself no walker. You just do your duty for duty's sake. Can you get me? Gentlemen, at the back? The time is up now. 3:30. It's about the time for today. So, today I'm talking about Dhamma. I asked why we have to talk about Dhamma. Because Dhamma is life. And life have to do the duty to the law of nature. And we have to do the right duty. The right duty is that to do the duty for duty's sake. So you have to know what is right, what is wrong. Right, your body right, your mind right, so you do the right thing. If you do the right thing and you will get the right, that means no suffering, no problem will disturb you. Your life will be free. No egoism, that's the right thing, that's the law of nature. If you create egoism, that means you don't follow the law of nature. You will have suffering. Thank you for listening, and then you will do your duty for duty's sake. Okay, Anjali. You understand about walking with our walker, Anjali with our Anjalier. See, there's no ego. You just do your duty only.